friends, subscribers, internet strangers. What's up? Good morning, or you can see the clock up there probably. Afternoon, evening, whenever you're watching this. So this is a video about eBay returns and how does eBay treat a seller when there is a good chance it's a fraudulent return. Let's get into it. So I received this package back. It is a DVD VCR combination that was bought by a drop shipper who had it sent to his customer in California. No big deal. Drop shippers, for the most part, I've had, average experiences with them, but had a couple returns the last few weeks. So I've blocked this guy from buying anymore, just because of what you're about to see. I put it back in the box so that you can get the whole experience. It's something to believe. This is not the box I send it in. I send my VCRs out in a brand new box. It's an 18 by 14 by 6. So it's a good sized box. So it's a good sized box. So this one here, as you can see, the box has been used over and over. So you can see there's no rigidity, there's no structural integrity to the box. Boxes, for those of you who don't really do a lot of shipping or are new to this game, boxes after they've been used a few times, really every time they use them, the percentage of their strength goes way down. And this box has been, not only has it been used, but as you can see, it's mushy, the sides are all crinkled. When they cut it, they didn't do a good job. So here we go. You can see the problem I'm having is there's no space between the edges. They used my bubble wrap because it's still taped together, but they left out some of it. Alright, so let's set you guys down here to the side and let's pull the machine out. The box is so tight in there that it gets stuck on a corner. The bubble wrap was just like this. Alright. Sorry I had to fish this out of the bottom of the box. Here's the machine. As you can see, the door is now broken off of it. They claimed it would not initialize whenever it went to record. Copy of disc. I've already tested it. It works fine, so there was no issue with it. I don't know if it was buyer's remorse or what it was, but they just made up a claim. As you can see here, the machine is now taking such a beating in this box that it is no longer sellable in this condition other than for parts. I did check I checked the serial number here. It is correct. This is my machine. It's one of the issues I'm having. They sent this back the last 2 days after the deadline for on the return for when it should be shipped. eBay should have closed this thing out. They did not. Let's see. That's all I got in the box. Here's a picture from the listing. So what's missing? The remote. Anybody see it? Bueller. We'll come over here to this box. Alright, so I've showed you the condition of the item came in. I showed you what the item was. Showed you what it looked like when it left here and all the things that came with it and what didn't come back. So what happened? So I called eBay. Wanted to speak to someone, got a representative from India, which doesn't matter. The biggest thing is the language barrier because I'm a redneck from Alabama and he is in India and that's not his first language, so there was accents galore, but anyway. So I tell him exactly what happened. I've uploaded pictures to the return case, to show them exactly what came back and what I didn't get back and what's missing. And he says, okay, give me a couple minutes, I'll be right back. So I wait. Waiting on hold seems like forever. And he comes back to tell me that I need to contact the seller to offer a partial refund because they didn't send everything back. I'd already explained to the rep that this was a drop shipper and he was not actually the person who received the item, so he had no clue that his buyer didn't send everything back. So I don't expect to hear from him, and I had already sent him an email saying, you know, I'm open to giving you half back, but you know, I'm not taking the loss for your customer. I shouldn't take all this loss. You need to bear some responsibility. So he goes on to tell me that I need to wait 48 hours and call eBay back if nothing happens. Meanwhile, I keep getting these emails saying, please refund, you've received it, please refund. So problem number one, eBay, whenever you have an issue with a return, they keep bombarding you to do this, to make this return. There's no way to do a partial refund on an item that doesn't come back. You have no recourse if the item is not returned in the same condition. You know, that's the qualification for the refund, is to return in the same condition. I sent out a working comic book player. It comes back. It is still working, but all of it's not there. It's broken because of negligence from the buyer who shipped it back. So these are my issues, and you know, I shouldn't be the one out money. Currently, I am out. It was $24 to ship one way, so you know, I'm out $48 because they're expecting me to, to completely reimburse this buyer, and the machine. So I'm pushing $60 loss here, and then that's before I've lost a $25 remote. The cables are negligible, but you know, we'll just say a couple dollars, so $27. So you know, I'm pushing $85, $90 loss for this, for the simple fact that eBay should be in the middle. You know, it should be a fair return process. You know, they are not on the buyer side, they are not on the seller side, they are the facilitator. But when a return comes up and there's some kind of issue, everything is stacked against the seller, and there's no, oh, but wait a minute. If you follow the little policies and adopt the free returns, you can do partial refunds for certain things. You know, that is completely wrong. The way that you're treating your, we are eBay's customers. They make money from both sides. You know, to tell us that if you do something we want you to do, you know, we will reward you by making this easier. I could have just done a partial refund and been done with it. But since, you know, I actually have a return policy, which is not being followed, and that's another thing. Why even have a return policy if it doesn't matter? It must be returned in the same condition. It's not, no return. So there are just so many issues with eBay stacked against a seller. And I never thought I'd make this video because most time returns are, you know, most time I tell them keep the product. But you know, this one I could recover some of my money with a remote. I sell this model quite frequently, so you know, having the remote and the cables and everything, I can use it for the next one. So because if I had to buy the remote, you know, it's $25, so I might as well go ahead and keep the one I've got. You know, there's a chance the machine comes back, there's a chance it's operator error anyway, because it's saying it won't initialize. You know, they could have most likely what happened is they were trying to dub a disc that's copyright protected, so it's not gonna, the Sony machine is set up where it will not dub a copyrighted disc to VHS. You know, so there was something in there not letting it, but I just tried taping just a regular old DVD that's not, I put a file on it and copied it. So that was most likely the issue. So there was nothing wrong with the machine, other than, you know, the person, you know, was trying to do something that it's not allowed to do. So you know, that's why I wanted my machine back. You know, I was going to fully test it again. I'd list it for sale, or I'd keep the parts of it. I could sell the unit for parts because there's somebody who could use parts off that machine. I could have negated the loss. Okay, so it's just very frustrating that eBay will allow a buyer to scam a seller. If eBay changes this or whatever happens, I'll make another video just updating what happened. I'm holding out hope that eBay will do the right thing. somewhere in eBay that would do the right thing. You know, what do I think is going to happen is they're going to take the money from me anyway, and then enforce the return. I'll let you know. I'll keep you updated. I hate making these kind of videos because I try to be. There are so many positive things to reselling. There's to focus on that. Returns are such a small, minuscule, should not ever be a reason why you should not consider doing this if this is your passion, if you love reselling, if you're good at it. Because we're still talking 1 to 2% of most people's businesses, so it's really such a small minor. But it's the one that's just so absolutely infuriating that you have to deal with, and there's no easy resolution a lot of times. And so I'm just trying to help people understand how to get through this process. You know, contact eBay, follow their policies, and then, but you don't be ugly to a rep. You know, I was very nice to the guy. It's not, he's just doing what he's told. He has no decision making authority. He had to go ask somebody, I'm sure, and they looked at it. So it's, you know, being mean to the customer service rep is not the right answer. I will call back. I will get someone else, and I'll ask for a supervisor. Go up the chain far enough until you find some kind of resolution, and get them to explain why. Hey, maybe next time I'll find an app on my phone. We're gonna record. Hey, we'll record them and we'll let you actually hear what they said, because it is Alabama is a one-party state, so I can, as long as I know I'm recording, good. So I have no responsibility in the state of Alabama to tell someone else they're being recorded. It protects from two people talking that don't know they're being recorded. So yeah, don't let it start. Don't be mean to others. Don't let it stop you. You know, if this is what you want to do, absolutely, it's a great thing to do. But when you're wronged, you know, and sometimes you have to stand up for yourself, and I'm just trying to help people see what processes they go through and what the resolution is. Hey, thanks for watching. Roll Tide.